Hi, friends. In our time together today, I'm providing a follow-up on the Takahe Snap-on key for low whistles. As like a month ago, I introduced this and I said I'd provide a follow-up video in a week, and it's a month later. I wanted more time to play with it. Anyway, the idea is, this is just absolutely brilliant. Takahe Flutes, John Lawrence is Takahe Flutes, and John, kudos to you, my friend. This is absolutely brilliant. So what you do is, if you're having trouble with the reach between particularly holes 5 and 6, that you take this little puppy and it creates a pad that will cover the hole, and then this is going to be set. I'm going to snap it on, bring that down, center that little pad over the hole, make sure it's lined up. You see how that brings that tip of that little key so close to the 5th hole. So instead of my finger being down here, my finger can be here. One of the things I found is I was wanting my finger to be down here, more down in the middle. And I'm having to push it just a smidge harder. And that's another reason why I waited. I wanted to see if this eased up a bit. And it's really good and strong and sturdy. So I was pushing down here, and I realized I should push up here. It's easier. Use that, take advantage of that fulcrum point and the length. And look how close my fingers are together. If you need a snap-on key, $19. Buy 2 or 3 of these. Any whistle, low whistle, that you're having reach troubles with, and you want an easier key, this is really a great, brilliant solution without buying another whistle. If you have a whistle you love and you want to use it and you're having reach issues. Now, there is no add-on solution that's going to be 100% for everybody. One thing some people were asking me about was, well, that's okay, but you probably can't slide from the D to the E. Ha, you can. Oh, I'm sorry. So you can, if you just push it just a little bit as you come up, and you could slide. Now, if you push it too hard, you're going to push it off. You're going to push it off the tone hole. So don't do that. It's going to take you a while. It took me a while if you use this. Now, I've taken it on and off many, many, many times, and I'm trying to cycle test it. It's not snapped. The reach is good. And that little circular pad, it is designed along the curvature of a basic whistle within a basic diameter range, and that's on John's website for Takahe Flutes. And I am going to stick a link at the end of this video to the original video where I introduced this snap-on key, and I'll also put a link in the notes to this video to Takahe Flutes website. I just think I love innovation. I love simplicity, and this is really good. Now, I do need to add that every add-on simple solution, as brilliant as they may be, may not be the perfect solution. Let me add just a couple of caveats on that. And the first caveat is, like I said with bending a note, you've got to be careful not to push the thing around. And you can do some vibrato. Now, and that works brilliantly too. One of the things I found, though, let me snap this off. And I think John's done a couple different iterations. Oh, and by the way, I'm using the Nightingale by Caravev for my little demo here. If you look at this, this is a piece of curved PVC. It is formed, molded, maybe heated at that area so that it's up. John's added some curvature there. He has attached a circle larger than your tone hole. Put some felt here so that when you press it down, you're not going to be scraping on the body of your whistle and mark it. There's a little bit of like cork there so that when you snap this onto the whistle, it's actually has something to pad, and that creates more grippiness. And then there's a bit of cork here. Well, it's like a leather piece. What I found for me is when I snap this on, snap that back on, I've experimented with different things. Like I've got that keyway. At first I wasn't getting a good seal. And some of that was me because I had my finger down here. I was playing as though the key wasn't there. So put your fingers so that you're like at the top. You get better angle off of that. See, isn't that cool? So I've experimented with that little circular pad centered over the hole, a little higher so that I could get more leverage off of the bend. For me, and I've emailed John about this, so I'm not saying anything out of school. This pad here, I would love it to be just a smidge thicker and spongier. I think it's brilliant as it is. But for me, I feel like I'm pressing a bit. Now, John wouldn't want to use, it's probably why John doesn't, like a pad that a woodwind instrument would use to cover a tone hole, because those are flat. And this is curved to mirror the surface of the tube, the body of your whistle. So what I found is I'm looking at this. If I take this, and I went down to a local craft shop and I bought, this is a piece of, I don't know, it's a foam sheet, they call it. And it's really thin, really, really thin. And I just wanted to experiment. So I put like some double-sided sellotape, because I'm experimenting. And I don't want to hurt my snap-on key. And I put that, and I'm just sticking it on there. That's something a little spongier. Now I know I've made it too thick, but I wanted to experiment. Like I said, I've asked John about this. I said to him, I love this. This is brilliant. But I would like the spongy bit to be spongier. Maybe even just a teeny bit thicker. But you see, what I've added on, you probably can't see, is too thick. Anything too thick is going to start obstructing the tone hole. And if it obstructs the tone hole, it's going to alter the tone. That's bad. But what I'm thinking is, see, it's just a smidge easier. I don't have to use as much force, and I like that. Now, I'm not necessarily recommending you run out and buy a foam sheet. I wanted to experiment with it. I think this is amazing as it is. But I wanted to see, the reason I tried that little bit of foam sheet was to see what it was like if this was just a hair thicker and softer. Like I said, I've asked John about that. It's not a knock on the keyway, on the snap-on key. I don't know. We'll see if John does anything with it. He knows an awful lot more than I do. And it may be, as I said in the first video, that a little bit more oil on here will bring this to life a little bit. So it may be that I've not given that enough attention at that little pad. So, my friends, again, the Snap-on Key by Takahe, I think is a winner if you don't want to buy a close finger spacing whistle, or a whistle with a key physically attached, because then that's a lot more expensive. So I think this is a brilliant solution that John's come up with. I love it. I hope you like it. If you own one of these, I'd love for you to comment in the notes to the video. What do you think of yours? So that's that. The Snap-on Key by, oh, I caught it. The Snap-on Key by Takahe Flutes. John, well done. I love innovation, and this is a brilliant thing to do. I don't know. Maybe you need to outsource this and have somebody set up a franchise in the U.S. Anyway, my friends, I hope this is helpful. I'm enjoying having my Snap-on Key by Takahe, and I hope you are. Let me know what you're thinking. So, until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.